Yeah. So we play net balls. We don't keep score, but we play net balls. And what that means is if we come off the course with more balls than we came on with, that's good. If we lose more, it's just it's more of a joke. But just we do that just between the two of us. But it's fun.
Yeah. Brett ever tell you about Brody's mom? So you know Brett McConnell. Yeah, he was his wife, so he was like hooked on golf right from his life. And he got married or whatever. Like, his parents are telling her like it's bad in our family, so you better learn, you better accept it. If you want to marry George, so she's even pregnant, taking along. She's pregnant with Brody, who's the varsity hotshot goer out there now, senior. So she's pregnant with him, taking along with Brett and his boys. He said, play with us, but make freaking wait for you. Can't keep up, pick your ball up. And she did that. She played right before she was set to deliver. She played in the Women's Open up Hayward.
Yeah.
Won it first place. And she had Brody like a few hours later or something. So, wow. I was telling somebody about that the other day. We were on Big Fish. Whatever. It was Harley came out with me for I was telling him about that story. Turn around and Brody's playing a hole in front of us. It's a cat sticking right there. She was pregnant with him right there. And we watched him. Shot right on green. Kid was practically bored on the golf course.
Brody's so good.
Yeah.
Brody parred. Brody got second in conference.
Wow.
At varsity, he shot par at Turtleback, and then a kid from Northwestern shot 2 under at Turtleback.
See Lenny?
Yeah, he's walking around the arena.
Brought that other tent over the top.
Canopy? I know I got a canopy at the office even for Sugar Bush.
Should have.
Shame.
Won't be bad once we sing it. Once we bring them in, sing the flag song, then we get a nice long break.
Can I sign right here?
Yeah, where that star is, yep.
10:57.
That before. Where's Thomas at?
Sheena?
Oh, you went over there, huh?
Yeah.
Elvin too?
Yeah, who do you ride with? They rode with Bud.
Oh, cool, man. Hell yeah. So I was wondering who Bud was going to get because, man, none of the boys could make it down there. Johnny had to be here. I had to be here. I think Bieber might be going down. But, man, I thought there was just going to be a few of them.
Yeah, I got pulled over last night.
Who? Bud, man?
And then Elvin and
Where at?
and Sheena, right when they got in there, like, they pulled up.
5-10 miles.
Nice. So. This is different today.
Yeah.
They
Sharon.
didn't have a family on it, right? Last time. I think it was just graduates. Wow.
Bro, dude, that shit was funny.
I'm gonna go stand it.
Dude,
Hit the shade.
so like usually like you like use your wrist, right? He was all he had to kick down and pick up and he was like,
Are you doing?
he was like yeah, he's like,
Graduate.
Well, we will be getting started shortly. And before we get started, I just wanted to mention a couple of things. I was asked to be the MC for the ceremony today, and that I'm very honored to do that. But I also want to apologize to my elders for speaking in front of them, because they are the ones that are true teachers, and they share with us a lifetime of wisdom and knowledge. As I started getting older, I and asked to do things like this. I went to some of the elders in my community of Red Cliff, and I asked for their guidance and advice, and basically permission to be able to talk like this. And they gave me their blessing to do things like this, and they also gave me some advice on what is appropriate to share and not appropriate to share. Also, being a lifelong learning student and will continue being that, I do apologize for those that are more fluent in the Anishinaabe than I. One, I'm nervous. The other part is that I'm still learning, and I've learned from a lot of different people. And so in a few seconds, we will be ready to get started. Bujuani Nindanawe Makanadug, Nimiguchuwe Nam Kakinawe the Biajaye Goma, Nina Janakaz, Anishinaabe, Gayash, Minawaja Ganashamo, and Jimpit, in Dunjaba Wikoyang, Masquaba Kang, Minawan Dunjaba, Megazi, and Dodame. Family, friends, and of the graduates, please save your pictures to the end of the ceremony. There'll be a lot of time, to be able to do that. Also, if you could stand for the welcome song by our drum. Please remain standing for the flag song. She makes her way up here. Sorry. As she makes her way up here, I do want to introduce the person that's going to be giving the invocation. At this time, I'd like to introduce Edwina Jiguanaque Buffalo Reyes, who will get us started today in a good way by providing the invocation. And one of the terms that I've learned is Nindinawe Maganadu, meaning all my relatives. And as I thought about this in the introduction of her, on one side of my family, through my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, goes back to Chief Buffalo. So I am considered one of the 7 great-grandsons of Chief Buffalo. Edwina is also, of course, connected with Chief Buffalo through her mother, Jean, her grandfather, Henry Buffalo. And as we go back, so again, Nindinawe Maganadug. So Guanaque comes from Red Cliff, and it currently works at the Tribe's Historic Preservation Office. She is a 2008 graduate and current student of the LCOOU Ojibwe University, dedicated to the language as a language student, a treaty warrior, and exemplary Anishinaabe Kwe. Please welcome Guanaque to our invocation.
Uju and Dinaway Maganidog. Kwangi Tagon and Ita Ojibwe, Nashkitash Inga with Hajitunda Ojibwe Moyan. Ingi Pinazika, the Alpha, Nina Maped on our Sema, Dagagi Doyan, and Nina Nilando Damage Nakome was it Alchimagez. Gimami Ainamagum no Ninando Damage Mameno Sayeg we anak ponage da ina uwe wiwad Gini Janisiwag ka Minaguizid and Ishanabe. Ninando Damage da Ganawaba Maguzieg Gawin Ginetoa Getting away magan ewag ego gaye da jwena mindwa vida shweweni nebi a pagizon de mawag biwa biwad ona moseman nagana said manido misa wa au manido ka ujitud ga gego ka peo a tujen ma king Guyat Omar King, Nudanak, Wakana, Jana, Gabian, Agay, Gawadanang, Winabujo, Miwa Al Manidu, in a waymang, and a Shanabe Wyong, Minatum, Gagakino Amawad, and you, and a Shanabe and Oski a Kiwang, Nimaquinamag, Ukomasan or Dujamangay, Mitiguabe when any. Asinabi wanini na wigijik na otikweman gedu dame ananig mimi gwesiwag bagwajanini anango kaga iajig gabibunike agenji bagwesi gisus tibiki gisus miwa almanidu giganan eju winand kishpengego Wanendaman, Asia, excuse me, Asia, one away Benegan, Miwa Almanido, Dagwayat Kosadud, Danana Isadud, Nigagi Gadoan. Gawin and Goji, the as which Asin, wa our sema. Enena Maguyan, Daga Gedoyan Oma. Mi iu e pichi kashkituyan da pagizomag wa awasama. Mi gwech bizindakia.
Miigwech Wanakoi. We're also now going to recognize the veterans, and I do apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. That's not my intent, but I want to recognize hearing in the LCOOU veterans flag is Gary Corder, Vietnam. LCOOU AMVETS, Post 1998, Eagle Staff, Cliff Corn, Vietnam. LCOOU University Eagle Staff, Russell Swagger. American flag, Bob Cusharo, Vietnam. State of Wisconsin, Kathy O'Cull, Desert Storm. LCOOU tribal flag, Vernon Martin, Vietnam Air. Red Cliff tribal flag, Michael Christensen, Red Cliff, U.S. Army. U.S. Army, Matt Deloney, Enduring Freedoms, Iraq. Navy flag, Perry Stone, Iraq. Gene Toms, Lac de Flambeau. POW MIA flag, Richard Burt, Vietnam. Please feel free to sit. Very much, and also for honoring these special things that we do when we have gatherings and celebrations. Please welcome Dr. Russell Swagger. He's the Kwebizan, served as the president of the LCOOU, Ojibwe University. Dr. Swagger holds a PhD in Human Services. Dr. Swagger.
Are we getting the sound issue figured out? Sounds better? Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. It's not a good morning? Good morning. So good to see all of you. Some of you got to see you last night at the award banquet and pinning ceremony. It's glad to have you back and to welcome all of the family and the friends and the special guests that we have here. Also, miigwech to the drum and to our veterans and for everybody else who's supporting this event so that it can be successful. They always want me to follow a script, but I feel like a robot when I do that. So I usually wander off script quite a bit. So please bear with me, but first up, guys, some distinguished guests that are here with us today. And I also want to open up by thanking Jade Merrill, who's given service in the Army. If you could help to acknowledge the service. And he's a graduate of ours too, but he couldn't be here today. And we also have our chair who's not here today, Jason Bisnet, but he sends his best wishes. And we have our newly elected circuit court judge. Give her a round, huh? She'll probably talk about that, so I'll steal her thunder. We also have Marie Basty, who's on our board, speaker today. And then we also have Daryl Coons Jr., who is our secretary on the board and also a graduate of the school. Gary Gerber couldn't be with us today. He's on the board, and Kyle Van Aker, I don't see Kyle, so he must not have been able to make it. But he serves on the board and is also alum of the college, or excuse me, the university. And then we also have Melissa Lewis, who serves on the board as well. I want to thank you personally for all your service, because we have not missed one meeting except for the intentional letting people off for the month of July, and they always make that up somehow, doing something special. And so they give a lot and they sacrifice a lot so that the programs that you participate in can happen, along with our tribal governing board. We also have, I believe, Miss Michelle Bodine back here. She's on our tribal governing board. Let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, I wanted to recognize Dr. Thelma Naquanabe. She hates me right now. She was on faculty when I came here, and I believe the first time I applied for this job like 17 years ago, I believe Thelma was the one that came up and took me around and made sure I got fed and everything. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure it was you, Thelma. And of course, Lorraine. Who could forget Lorraine? Lorraine serves as the liaison from the tribal governing board to the board of regents, to comes to all of our monthly meetings. And she is very active and is always in contact with us and very supportive. We really, really appreciate everything you do for us today. And I'd also like to thank Dr. Pete for helping us out today. He does a phenomenal job. He's also the president, second time now, consecutively as the Wisconsin Indian Education Association president. So we grow our own, and we're doing well with our record. And last but not least, I'd like to recognize some really special guests. And I have to kind of share with you the story, because not everybody knows the story or will get the benefit of hearing the story. But this individual and his wife became friends of ours right about the time that COVID was hitting the world. And they reached out and asked us how they could help. And they especially wanted to know how they could help students. So all of you were on their minds, and they were concerned about you and your welfare. And they demonstrated that by getting on the phone with me and talking to me, first of all. But secondly, they wrote some big checks from their family foundation, because they wanted to support you and they wanted to see you succeed, and they wanted to lighten any burden that they could so that you could still continue your education. So we're very grateful for them for those reasons. But in addition to that, we had a conversation, and what I told them was, I said, we're not the kind of organization that is looking for a handout or even a hand up, but we're the kind of organization that has a vision, dreams, and goals. And if you'd like to be a part of that, we welcome you to our family and be a partner in what we do. And so they took that and they talked about that as a family. And not only did they give emergency aid money to students, but they also gave basically a blank check to the college for about $100,000 to use for operating. And last but not least, they also said, we think it's really important to support your vision. So what we're going to do is we're going to grant you some funds to help you achieve your dream of building a vocational trades program for your tribal communities. And so they contributed $450,000 to that effort. And I just can't thank them enough for everything that they've done and for having such kind hearts. Unfortunately, their sons could not be with us today. There's two sons, but the husband and wife are here, and that's Bob and Kim Eck with the Eck Family Foundation. So I won't take too much more time, but I want to let you know that we're still doing great things and still making great progress. This mic is terrible. May I use yours? Is this one better? Okay. So if you can imagine where the current campus is and move all the way to the north up to Frummel Road where our farm is, almost everything in between that will be used for university projects, buildings. It'll be space for the university to dream big and to do great things. And so I want to acknowledge the people who are here from the tribal governing board, because we are currently in negotiations with them, because they're very supportive of the university and they want to see great things happen for all our people. And so without them, we don't exist. And without them, we aren't able to do the things that we do for our people. And so we have a master facility plan, and I think we might have it on our website already. If we don't, we're going to get that up there for you. And you can see the vision, and the vision is a result of all the conversations that we've had with people. And we also have a dormitory that's being constructed, and hopefully will break ground sometime yet this year. But that will sleep 117 students, both male and female. And I want to thank Senator Baldwin and her team, because for 2 years in a row, they've awarded us $5 million to help with the infrastructure that needs to go in and the actual building itself. We also, it's important for you all to recognize Mark Montano, who is snuck away somewhere. There he is, guy in the white shirt and the cap over there. He's the one that did the applications both years for the $5 million. So he raised $10 million of that money to build those dorms. And we're also getting prepared to apply for low-income housing and new market tax credits that will help us to build family housing. And so that we hope to break ground by at least next year sometime. Those things they take time to work through the process from the time that you apply until the time you get the award and, do your drawings and all those kinds of things. So that one it's priority, but it won't be built as soon as the dormitory will be built. But if we do things the way that I want to do them, we'll have probably a 3-story building with about 36 units. And then after that comes our child care facility, which will be located really close to the family housing. So lots of big things happening. We've got 4 bachelor's degrees now. We've got an application that we're working on with the state, and the application is for teachers education. We've already achieved accreditation through the Higher Learning Commission. The next step is the state to say that you can offer that program. And so when we offer that bachelor's, then we'll be developing our own teachers, which was what we heard loud and clear 5 years ago when we went on the road. And we're also Dr. Sullivan here at the drum. He's very much working hard on a bachelor's for the language. So that's also a big part of that. And then we also have 2 master's degrees, and we have a degree in the hopper. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is at this time, but it's going to be for a PhD. Did you hear me? I faded out, so I didn't know if you heard me. PhD. So all within 5 years, and there's all kinds of staff and faculty here. Staff and faculty, please stand so people know who you are, because these are the folks that make everything work every single day. So get up and show them who you are. Thank you. With that, I'm going to close my remarks. It's starting to get a little bit hot, and I could imagine what it's like to be a graduate down there. So you guys can listen to my podcast. No, just kidding. Now I'll turn it back to Dr. Pete.
Miigwech, Dr. Swager. When I was asked to be the MC today, I told him, well, I'll try to be on my best behavior and not be so much of a coyote, but every once in a while something might come out and I do apologize. And as I had to switch mics with Dr. Swagger, I thought, here's me, I got the good mic and he got the one that was deformed or whatever. Go figure. I would like to introduce Ms. Lorraine Gouget, Niskito Biwis. She's the Vice Chairwoman of the LCOOU Tribal Governing Board. She's also an alumni of the LCOOU Ojibwe University, graduating with her associates in liberal arts. She continued her education at UW Superior, graduating with a bachelor's degree in human services, AODA with an emphasis in Native American population. Ms. Gouget is a member of the Border Regions and has worked in education for over 30 years. She worked at the university during the future of education. Let's welcome Ms. Gouget.
Bonjour, Anishinaabe, Indigenous Cause, Mosquito Beans. Good morning. I'm Lorraine Gouget, the Vice Chairman of LCOOU. On behalf of the Tribal Governing Board, we are here to honor and congratulate the class of 2023 of our Ojibwe University. I say that and I emphasize that for a reason. You are the first class to graduate from the university. You carry yourself proudly wherever you go, whatever your future holds for you. You will always have that in your heart the rest of your life, trust me. And those of you who are continuing on, keep going, keep going. Our people can do that. All the people in our community can do that. We encourage all of you. I'm going to go back a little bit farther to what Dr. Swager had mentioned. Years ago, when the tribal school began, there are those of you in the audience who were here. Our vision back then, Indian education, educate our people. Someday we will have a college. Someday we'll have a university. That day is here. As we continue to come out of the pandemic, we survived the pandemic. We continue to grow. We are continuing to flourish. Guide our people back on a good path in life that we're all meant to walk on. All of us. Bring more with us so our people get educated. In our community, all of our people who can get educated in what we need through the tribe, the county, the community, the other bands all across Indian country. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need teachers. We need nurses. We need AODA counselors. We need all those fields, Head Start, daycare, providers, educator, all levels. We need our people ready to fulfill those duties, to take care of those who are coming up now. You now are going to carry it forward. Remember, help bring as many as we can follow you. This day you will never forget. This morning I was so thankful. The good Lord bless us. The beautiful day. Beautiful day. Had a little bit of breeze, the sun shining, all the excitement of our graduates. How proud your families are of you. Each and every one of you. Your family, community. Some of our families gone on to the spirit world, but they're with us in spirit. That means so much to all of us when our people accomplish those milestones in life that are so important. So I really feel in my heart to congratulate all of you where you are at now and where you are headed. I'm going to share another little quick story with you. There was a nurse that graduated from a nursing program, a non-Indian man, working at one of the health facilities. When they asked him, where did you go to school? Where did you graduate? Look at Ray. So all of you will go out in the world and go where you are needed and do what you're meant to do. You are blessed with whatever it is you are pursuing. So keep going. Keep going. At this time of the year, we are congratulating all ages. The little ones, kindergarten, high school, 8th grade, all the graduates. 2023. Special for all of you. But for this class here, first class of our university. With that, we hold high honor. And remember, you carry that wherever you go. With that, I say which.
Miigwech, Ms. Guje. For the Board of Regents, I'd like to introduce Monica Isham, Joanna Ngijigokwe. She recently became the first woman and first Native American elected to serve as a Sawyer County Circuit Court Judge. Attorney Isham was born and raised in LCOOU before going on to get her bachelor's in political science and public administration from UW Green Bay and her Juris Doctorate from Marquette University Law School. She was appointed to the Board of Regents in 2019 Board's Vice Chairperson. Welcome her.
Thank you. Give a lawyer a microphone. So it's stinking hot, so I'm going to be really quick. I just wanted to say thank you for the introduction and thank you to the Board of Regents for voting me for, I think, the 5th year in a row to give the speech on behalf of the board. They know I love it. I just want to convey to all of you how proud each and every one of you that we are. We always say, Gary especially loves to say that the advancement of any community is directly related to and contingent upon the education of its people. Our community is so advanced and we are special. We have, you can get an education all the way from early Head Start through a master's on this reservation. That is incredible. Soon, PhD. That's incredible and it's unique. It's unique across the nation. It's amazing. And, you know, I just want to say to all of you, follow your dreams. Don't stop. Don't let anything stand in your way. If you're the first person to do it, be the first person to do it. And like they said, and Dr. Swagger guessed, I was going to talk about myself. I am the first woman. I'm the first Native American. I'm also actually the youngest. Yeah. To be elected as Sawyer County Circuit Court Judge. Yeah. I was surprised to learn, kind of a little bit surprised to learn, I'm only the 2nd Native woman in the entire state of Wisconsin to be elected as a circuit court judge. From our reservation, born and raised here, danced in this arena, grew up here. We can all do it. You can all do it and you will. So congratulations on behalf of the board, and we are looking forward to see what you do next. Thank you.
Miigwech to you. As we're sitting here, I know people are kind of uncomfortable. There's a little bit wind, there's some mosquitoes. It might be warm, might be hot, but just think within an hour, this will all be over and it'll be a memory for the rest of your lives. So just kind of bear with us. Think about how Kichimanando blessed us today with this beautiful, beautiful day. Next, I would like to introduce Marie Basti. She's a LCOOU tribal member. Basti, sorry, that's the Red Cliff in me. She's a LCO tribal member. She's on the Border Regions. She has more than 12 years as an alumni, 1996 and 2003. She's a substance abuse counseling with substance abuse counseling in early childhood. She's a director at the LCO Community Health Center, Behavioral Health, and I believe it's with the Bijiki Wellness Center. So Miss Basti. Here you go.
Okay, I'm looking for my speech. Bonjour. My Indian name is Kiwe Nukwe, Northwind Woman. I'm of the Eagle Clan and a member here at LCO. My mother, Dorothy Bisonet, has passed on, but from LCO, the Signer area. My father, non-tribal, also has passed on. I want to share today my journey with you today in hopes it provides meaning and connection with our graduates. Looking good, guys. My mother's family moved from LCO to Birchwood area. It's about 20 miles from here. And they did this because of employment. So my mother was raised and I was raised in the Birchwood area. As a result, I missed out on the traditional teachings of the Ojibwe. And that speaks to my introduction. I'm not fluent, but I'm here. I was raised with 6 siblings, who passed on early at 3 months. So I'm one of 6 daughters. They were nice, but some were nicer. We were divided into 2 groups, the 3 older ones and the 3 little ones. I was the oldest of the 3 little ones. As a little one, it was interesting and challenging at all times. I also needed to share that I was raised in an alcoholic home, which contributes to my character today. My father and mother divorced when I was 13 years old due to irreconcilable differences, and my mother then left the household. This left my father raising 6 daughters. I was 13 at this time. My mother was loving and she took good care of us, but alcohol took her away from us. 1 year after she left us with my father to raise us interesting girls, she passed in a tragic accident. Regarding my education, I went to the public school from kindergarten to senior. My father was on the school board. Majority of the years, he handed out the diplomas to all the students. And as they graduated from their senior year. I recall a conversation my father was having with one of his friends when I was about 11, in 11th grade. The friend asked, "Which daughter is the next to graduate, Ray?" My father shared, "This one here, if she makes it," which is me. I sincerely did not like school. I wanted to attend a bigger school with more choices, which most likely would have been a bad thing. I did not realize my father was challenging me since I knew more than he did. I showed him. I made the honor roll my first time ever as a senior. Nice work, Dad. He did hand me my diploma when I graduated from high school. 2 days after that, I left home to attend cosmetology school. It takes 9 months to complete cosmetology successfully, and I did it in 1 year due to my new freedom and my partying. My partying then took me to UW Superior, and I was put on probation my first semester. The second semester was no better regarding coursework, though I did earn 9 credits, but flunked out of college my first year. Very regretfully, my father had to pay this bill because I was irresponsible, and to say the least, he was upset. So at this point in my life, I Met the father of my 2 children while living in Tennessee. I worked as a cosmetologist, then in a factory, and then later divorced my husband due to his drinking and substance use. So I took on the role as a single parent and started attending Al-Anon, since I couldn't make my husband stop drinking. As a result, I also quit drinking to become the mother and the person I wanted to be. I learned a lot about myself from my ex-husband while trying to learn and control his life. I never felt so powerless. At that time, I experienced severe depression, but thankfully, I learned how to cope. It was my first year of recovery in 1993. While living in Tennessee, I decided I wanted my children to get to know my family back in Wisconsin, possibly further my education. I moved back to Wisconsin and was told LCOOU now has their own college and offers an associate's degree in substance abuse counseling. I wanted to learn more about me and be the better parent and person I really wanted to be. I learned growing up in an alcoholic home, you don't talk, you don't trust, and you don't feel. So I had to learn at the age of 30, I had to learn my feelings, I had to trust myself and how to walk and how to talk the walk. I had to learn coping skills, and I think the best one I learned was trust your gut. I've been told the stomach has more nerve endings than our brain. So whenever I have this uncomfortable feeling in my stomach, I listen. If I would have done this years ago, I would have eliminated a lot of stress in my life, but this is my #1 coping skill. I did earn my associates, and I am alumni here. In fact, I stood here in 1996, and I had to deliver a speech as a student of the year. My legs were shaking. I was never so scared in my life. I'm here, I'm shaking today, but not as severe. So I was encouraged to continue my bachelor's degree in social work since LCOOU and University of Superior had a 2+2 program that with my associates, I could earn my social work degree. So yes, I went back to the college I flunked out of in 1981. My past was still haunting me. Anyway, I did get accepted into Superior with all my earned credits from LCOOU and the 9 that I had learned in 1981 towards my bachelor's. I was supported by my family, and they helped with taking care of my 2 children. I drove 100 miles one way to University of Superior 2 to 3 days a week for almost 2 years. I did earn my bachelor's. I was then encouraged to earn my master's at UMD. So with the help of my family, I did earn my master's. I would have never done this without the encouragement of others due to my self-esteem and the support of my family. I often felt like I failed too many times in life, especially as a college flunk out my first year. As you can tell, I love the challenge my father started in high school. I've learned a lot about myself. I like a challenge. Please don't repeat this to anyone because I'm getting old and I have enough plannings for my future. So as a result of my higher education today, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I currently work at the LCOOU clinic in our behavioral health department as director. I assist our tribal communities with services for mental health and substance abuse use to the best of my knowledge. Also, any others in the community assist to provide Ojibwe teachings in regards to our GQ Wellness Center as a way of life in recovery, just as our ancestors fought for our way of life. Today, I have the honor of serving on our Board of Regents and have for 12 years. I want to share I've served on the Board of Regents with you students in mind. I know all the struggles, I know all the challenges, not all of them, but I'm sure similar, but as alumni and with my experiences, I want to contribute back to one able to possibly ease your journeys. I want to say miigwech to the students, the graduates, for making LCOOU University your choice and making it become a more valuable institution. I want to say miigwech to the founders and to the donators of our university. Each of you committed yourself to a challenge and succeeded. You have earned a higher education credentials. You did this, and we all know it wasn't easy. You have been supported by many at this university, in our tribal communities, by our ancestors and loved ones. You're awesome. This is your day. So with your earned credentials, I want to share that self-care is the most important. When making decisions, take care of your mental health, just as you do with your physical health. Surely you have earned self-confidence throughout your higher education and can reach your goals. Look where you're at today. You're celebrating. You're warriors, you're role models, and you belong in the world of teaching of life today. Miigwech.
Thank you, Marie. What makes this so unique is that it comes from our tribal communities and people being willing and able and comfortable sharing the challenges that they have to get to the point of being able to share this with you as the young graduates that'll be celebrating that in a little bit. I would like to introduce Christy Bacum. She is a member of the LCOOU Ojibwe. She is a mother of 3 amazing children, works as a project coordinator for the College of Engineering at UW-Madison, along with her education and classroom via Zoom. She's also been able to stay connected with cultural activities through the LCOOU Ojibwe University's extension program. When Christy has spare time, she loves to bead, sew, make regalia for her family and members in our communities. Christy was also featured in UW-Madison's Indigenous Eco-Well bead exhibition. Repeat that after me, please. In the School of Human Ecology this past October, and was able to share her knowledge on beadwork and moccasin making to the University of Madison community. Please welcome her.
Bonjour, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christy Bacum, and I'm just so excited and proud to be here today. I did have a really long speech also, but I am going to keep it a little bit short. I have a similar background. I am an alumni here. I graduated back in 2010 with an Associates of Science. And since then, you know, I've been in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm just going to share a little bit about my background. I was nominated for Student of the Year, and what a great way to end my final semester in the bachelor's program. I was so just overwhelmed with so many emotions. I'll keep it short. I've come a long way from being a high school dropout, obtaining my GED, and being a young mom to now a bachelor's graduate. I found the formula to success after all these years, and the one thing I did talk about is the one good thing to come out of the pandemic was the ability to take classes via Zoom and online. You know, I'm a distant student. I live in Madison, Wisconsin, and it has been such an amazing opportunity for me to come back home, take classes, and graduate. And I'm just excited to share this with my fellow graduates, students, parents, and family. We made it. We did it. Miigwech, let's enjoy this day.
Miigwech. Let's give her another round of applause. Dr. Swaggart is going to come up on the stage here also and introduce the honorees of the various awards. This is the list I received.
Okay, please hold your applause until I've called all the names. So 3.5 to 3.69 GPA cum laude, Lindsay Ray Morrow, Malia M. Martinson, Gina Marie Krzan, Catherine L. Brinker, Christy L. Bacam. Now you can. And for a 3.7 to 3.89 GPA, we have Roberto Angel Pacheco and Lisa M. Sutton. And 3.9 to 4.0 GPA, we have Hope Elizabeth Burt, Scott Erickson, Brittany Gordon, Joey A. Quadrer. Where's Jessica? There she is. Do I have what I need in here? Or she really hates to be in the spotlight, so.
No, this isn't being the coyote, but I had the names. He didn't. I had to give him the names. So the next part of this is the call for diplomas, and that's going to be by Dr. Deb Anderson. She serves as faculty member for the LCOOU Ojibwe University since 1990 and was the first full-time faculty member hired by the university. She has helped develop and teach courses in the university's associate degrees in pre-nursing, agriculture, and natural resource management, biomedical sciences, and in our new Bachelor of Science in Biology degree. She holds a PhD in water resources science, and MS in biology with an education minor and a BA in biology. Let's hear it for Dr. Anderson.
Which, Jim? Please join me in honoring our graduates. Our university photographer will be capturing photos of all of our graduates as they cross the stage. Please remain behind graduate seating for any photos, and please hold your applause until the end. Graduates, you may rise and come up to the stage, first row. Wherever you want to be. Okay. Christy L. Backham. Jody A. Quarter. Charlene Danielle Theobald. Rachel L. Fleming. Melanie Miller. Lindsay Ray Morrow. Etta Teschner. Row 2. Tyra C. Collins. Malia M. Martinson. Geraldine Gordon. Amanda R. Thayer. Eunice J. Zamora. Penny Lee Bolio. Lisa M. Sutton. Roberto Angel Pacheco. Alexis Mayat. Rachel Lynn Teschendorf. Marie Wooten. Row 3. Catherine L. Brickner. Scott Erickson. Shukri Hershey. Mishak Osango. Hope. Yeah. Hope Elizabeth Burt. Teresa Morris. Christine Maywald. Tia Barbara Rose Burns. Consuelo Maria Ruiz. Barbara Sari. Emma Revac. All right, let's applaud our graduates, please.
Graduates, please rise. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left. On behalf of the LCOOU Ojibwe University Board of Regents, by virtue of its authority and recommendation of the faculty, confer upon you these degrees. Conferring of degrees marks the end of this part, and for some, the beginning of the next part of your journey in education. It is an accomplishment for which your parents, family, friends, faculty, and staff applaud you. It is with great pleasure that I now present to you the graduating class of 2023. Have a good day, everyone. And be safe.
Please stand as we retire the flags. Please stand as we retire the flags. The first task of the recent graduates is to pick up all this paper here before you leave. And as you open up your diplomas, you'll notice that there isn't anything in there. That's normal. You'll be receiving your diplomas, signed diplomas in a few days to a week or so. After the retiring of the colors, there will be also guests that are invited over to the canopy here for some refreshments.
We're going to sing the tribal song, All My Prisoners.
So all of a sudden that microphone comes on. I wonder who did it. So all of a sudden I had lots of signal and feedback. Lots of signal. Almost like a powwow, just take that quarter of the bottom. Well, they have to watch when they leave a microphone. They have to watch it so they know the switches in. You know, they either hit the top or they tap the bottom and then they hit it. It only takes a second for that to happen, and the microphone is, oh, they did it.
Fill one of these out real quick.